do you feel like this offlane should pan out a little bit better for TNC this time around, or do you think T1 have it in the bag?
I think the Grimstroke can have a little bit more impact in the sense that it's easier to pull off the combinations for the Grimstroke. You can just kind of set up for your Life Stealer to run in, set up for your DK to run in with a Blink Stun combination down the line. They are kind of switching things around, which is something TNC does. So sometimes Febby does take the IO off lane and runs a much more aggressive duo, and we will see Playhard hanging around with Young God here. So there's a little bit more presence in the safe lane and a lot more presence up top, as you can see. Febby is kind of tethering up Xiaoyu, trying to ensure that lane runs well, and I think when it comes down to it, the key thing for TNC is when Febby has the out, he knows how to play that on edge. He plays very sacrificial. He goes into that early Holy Locket and builds up from there. So I think giving Febby that priority in farm to build into that healing and sustain is definitely what TNC really needs to do. We need to hit that spike early.
Wymon's being a real pest already though on that Ogre. One of those things when you play this hero, you can just kind of run heroes down, but now Xiaoyu is going to try and go on to 23SAVAGE. They won't actually have enough to get through the strength morph. Savage, he'll be just fine. Because you want to get as much harassment in as you can before that Morphling does hit the level 3 mark. That's when it does start to feel rather impossible to actually kill him off. They'll try to turn back onto Whitemon, but it's going to be just fine. Hanky Ogre, okay to walk away. And of course, the last lane we haven't really talked about, John. Mid lane, you've got Carla somewhat. I believe, of course, they probably will look for the IO, but bot lane, Young God, just barely surviving on the Life Stealer. Cuckoo does begin to get very aggressive with the Whirling Death. It's one of those things, you leave Young God alone, he is not going to be able to sustain himself in this lane. Especially while Cuckoo's at level 4 now. In the meantime, though, top lane, they've made the jump in onto the Iron now, so Febby is going to be in trouble, does immediately go down. Xiaoyu, he is at least going to try and trade here with Zephyr, but it's not looking great for him. He'll have to go for a run. You see Yoe just continuing to persistently hit that tier 1 mid, but top lane, Xiaoyu is going to be in a bit of danger as the swashbuckle is away, but Savage is on the chase, and now the Brambles will lock him down. Xiaoyu, again, between a rock and a hard place, is not going to be able to get himself out. In the meantime, though, mid lane again, they'll make the jump in. He finally gets the arena down just in the nick of time, and Febby now, he's trapped up with Yoe. Yoe, he might just run away and leave the Io to die, but he is so darn low at the moment, as Febby's gone, and now the Chakram just barely landing from Cuckoo. They'll move on to Xiaoyu, tips out from the grave from Carl, and nothing works out here. For TNC, they are just trying to get themselves out. Savage is joined on that Morphling. They'll go after the Pango, they'll secure the kill. Young God, he is trying to at least get a support for their trouble, but he's not even going to find that. It's play hard. Will be another one to drop. Young God, I mean, all he can do is hit them a few times, but it's not really threatening to T1. They're moving with their own siege creep now, and they might find the first Tier 1 tower of the game.
They're set up. A heavy commitment coming through here from TNC. That was 4 heroes mid.
Oh. They will allow nothing for Xiaoyu. Top lane, Yoe and play hard. They're going to try and make the jump in on the Savage. That'll be a massive pickoff. They've even got the relocate. They've got a great pickoff for themselves, but now Cuckoo, he'll just come in with the Chakram out, just chasing down Yoe. If he needs some help, and the help is incoming, play hard. He'll be focused down now on the Grimstroke, but the relocate away is there, but however, they left the DK. Yoe is in trouble. He's been completely left alone. They saved the Grimstroke, John, but I'm not sure it's worth the trade.
They saved more than the Grimstroke. There was an infest coming through from Young God, so it's a double retreat, and that does make it worthwhile. But look at Carl, maybe a bit deep here.
Maybe. He's a pretty tanky boy at the moment, but he's been slowed up so darn hard. But the problem is Cuckoo's rotated again. They'll drop the arena. They might find Febby, but Cuckoo now, he's taking a lot of damage. Young God, he needs the gold desperately, and he'll get it. You just see his net worth shoot up, John. Second in net worth now, only about 700 gold behind Savage, but Savage has jumped in. He'll go for an easy kill onto Febby. Immediately out onto the Pango. Cuckoo just kind of baiting with the chains in as now they jump in. Xiaoyu forces the BKB out from Carla. No, Yoe, he's been caught out immediately. They don't want him to die like this, but he's gone. Just so darn quick with the try and turn onto Savage with the May in control out from that rolling thunder from Xiaoyu, but nobody's dying. Absolutely nobody coming down here from T1 as now they get the spear out. Savage, he'll keep chasing down Febby and Young God. So go towards the south. They want the bigger target, but towards the north, they've got Xiaoyu. That'll be your Pango gone. In fact, Young God, he'll try for the Rage TP out. He's gonna... T1 once again just kind of chasing TNC around. The spawn out Zhao Yu. Ignite's gonna be there. Savage. Force out the roll-up. Gonna be about it, but they'll chase down the others. Yoe trying to run away. He's gonna be just fine. Or is he? Gazepa now. He's gonna find Febby on the IO. Terrorize is gonna be completely whipped as Febby. But tries to TP up a Cuckoo. He's got the Yule Scepter. That means Febby will be left behind in the IO. Another nice solid kill here for T1 as even top lane Carl is looking at Young God. You just need a spear to land before that rage does come out, and Young God, he has no idea of the spear. It does come in. Savage, he'll join in as well. Young God, he'll rage up. He'll need a TP ASAP. The right click damage is looking pretty damn high in Savage. He'll be able to get it off in time. Young God just barely unable to get out with his life intact.
These tier 2s at this point. Their bot jungle's sworded up, their triangle's just taken control by T1, and now their mid tier 2's coming pressure. They need to fight against this.
Oh, they're going to try and force the fight right now onto that Willow, and they've got him. Zephyr immediately down as now Savage will rage up initially with that line skill form, goes back in onto Young God. The rage is there, Young God, but now he's fine. In the meantime, towards the south, Cuckoo dropping very low on that timber, still dropping low, needs a way out, but will take towards the north. As now Young God, he needs his own way out. He'll barely get the invest off onto Yoa as Savage is still playing with his HP. But Carl, he's been left behind on that. They may not be able to. Oh, Young God. Don't go for that creep wave, sir. This could be very, very dangerous, but the smoke has broken now on Cuckoo. Oh. Look around, Febby. He's going to get caught out, or does he? Spear, not going to land yet, but there it is. The IO, automatically gone is Young God. He's now chased down here by Savage. Yoe, he's going to try and jump in. In fact, Zhao Yu's there and Febby's brought back. They will go for the team fight, and they will at least find 2 supports to their trouble. So you kill Febby, you force the buyback, but they get 2 supports anyway. In fact, they're going for more now. Savage has been caught out. He'll try to rage and walk away, but Cuckoo, he'll jump in. They're going to try and force the fight. Savage immediately gets the dieback onto Febby. Zhao Yu now, very, very low, but should be just fine as Young God. He'll try to go back in. We are aiming. It is going to be Carl on that Mars. But Carl, he'll get the spear off. Still armor toggling, still trying to survive. Just barely alive, in fact. But now he's still getting out of there, Carl. How do you not die throughout all this? Young God finally takes him down. But it does cost them quite a bit. Chance of survival is Savage now. Does have the Daedalus up. I think it's back to the Roshan pit around Morphling. It's Febby. Well, eventually he was going to die. No chance of survival. Roshan will go the way of T1.
Now contestation coming true. Your biggest play was really immediately nodes versus smoke play, and they hold a high ground here in the bot jungle.
Very, very bad times here for TNC. It's play hard, gonna have his smoke broken. Zhao Yu thinking about the rolling thunder, but he's been silenced up. Not to make the jump in onto Savage. He is not strength morphing at the moment, but it won't matter. He is still alive, and Zhao Yu's the one to drop. Goes ground now. It's gonna be out onto Young God, who has no rage available. So Savage, he'll get right to work. That'll be Young God gone. That'll be Febby gone. Savage, he just plays to the end with his HP. He had the Aegis up the whole time anyway.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Savage, we want the Young God buyback, but there isn't one available. They're gonna know to just go right after that Ancient. There's not really much to be afraid of here for this Morphling. They make the jump in, Yoe. It's gonna be alright for now, but Zhao Yu, who'll rolling thunder away. Savage, he's just trying to focus down the Ancient. They've at least got the Aegis gone. They're onto that Dragon Knight now. It's just such a long stun duration. He cannot move, and Yoe, he's gone. He'll buy back. He'll try. With Young God up now, they might be able to fight back. Factorina is down. They've got Zhao Yu again on the Pango. Infest to try and save, relocate out. They've managed to save Zhao Yu's life, but can they save Yoe? Not quite. It's a dieback immediately. The DPC call. They have found the Island in this game number 2. T1. It was a much closer matchup, John, but I'd still say a very confident victory here for T1 as TNC. It does seem like they are improving game by game, but a pretty tough matchup.